Hello and welcome to my preview of the Grand Major of the finals coming up in just about one day. I wanted to talk about my expectations for this event and maybe give some background info about some of the players, some of the teams. So let's get right into it. So these are the groups for tomorrow's play day for the first phase and the second phase. I think both of these phases will be played out tomorrow, and then the finals phase will be the day after. First off, we have four groups, and in my opinion, basically all of them are pretty stacked. Some more so than others. I think the most stacked group by far, in my opinion, is Group C, if you could say, the third group here, with Vanguard, Alliance, Nightmare, and King Zero, I think is their name. So Alliance is arguably the top team from EU, I would say. Maybe they share this spot with Fnatic, but in all honesty, I think Alliance has a lot higher ceiling than Fnatic has. Then, in my opinion, and then also many others' opinion, probably Nightmare is the second best team in the best team in the US region, in the North American region. I think they would have deserved to win the last Pro Hubs League. They were just grieved out in the end by the other teams because of the format. King Zero is likely the best team coming from Asia. Not quite sure about it because they did not play the Koreans, but from China they are the best team, and they are also a team to look out for because they, as far as I remember, play double medium and heavy. Maybe they even play double heavy. Not so sure anymore. I just watched the Chinese games once, but they were impressive in their region at least. So it'll be interesting to see how they stack up against the other regions. And Vanguard is a team that is definitely the underdog of this group, but they can they have a chance, at least somewhat of a chance, in my opinion. They play Revolver or Medium, which, in my opinion, is the best in class weapon for Medium on most maps. I think some longer range maps like Monaco may favor the CB1 repeater, but in my opinion, short to medium range engagements are mostly important in the finals. So this is where the Revolver, in my opinion, really excels. I would not be surprised to also see some shotguns, medium shotgun, in this tournament, as the medium shotgun also is very good in this close quarter engagements. But that's besides the point. Let's talk about the other groups. So I think the second most stacked group is probably Group B, or the second group here, with KCP, Fnatic, Team Secret, and DRG. Fnatic is, in my opinion, the second best team in Europe, and Team Secret, I would put them in at the third place. So we have from that side, this group is very stacked. KCP is not among the top teams of North America, but they're also not a pushover. So I mean, no team in this major. Yeah, maybe some teams are pushovers. I don't know. We'll see. KCP definitely isn't, and DRG is the second qualifying team from China. They, in my opinion, in this group, they are the underdogs, as DRG is playing light with, if they still do it, they played light with Grappling Hook and Gravity Vortex, and this is, in my opinion, it looks cool, very very cool if you can pull it off, but it's I think they're going to be it's meme material. Let's put it that way. Then we have the Who would I put next? Maybe I think I'll take it back. I don't think the Group B is the second most stacked group. If I look at it again, I think the first group, Envy, Pulsar, 5 Fears, I think is what they're called, and FN Esports is the second most stacked group. On paper, Envy should be the clear favorite here. They're definitely a top team from the US. Arguably, they could also be. You could also put them in first place. Many do. I personally think Nightmare is better, but we will see, I guess. Pulsar Gaming is also surprisingly good. They have had a scrim against the FN Esports guys from Korea, and they gave them a run, basically. They won this scrim 6-2, I believe, which doesn't say much because in scrims teams try out different things, and about the scrim, the FN Esports guys, they played different to how they usually play. First of all, in the first 4 games, one of their main players, Gunhee, was not playing, which is very unusual. In all of the other matches, it's always Gunhee and TT, the heavy, who are the staples, and then they have 3 other players who sub in. 2 light players, one's name is Hustle and the other one Myungtang, and then 1 more medium player if they play double medium and heavy. Shibuya Lin is the name of the other medium player. So in this scrim, they played without Gunhee in the first 4 games, and then I think they tried some things out. I haven't seen them play APS Turret before in the Korean League, and I'm pretty sure that I watched almost all of their games. So let's see how that stacks up. It could be that they have changed their meta, as the first phase of the Korean National League Finals has been played this past weekend. And in this tournament, they also played exclusively, if I can remember correctly, maybe not completely exclusively, but they've played HML a lot, and they also played with the APS turret in every game. So Gunhee always ran the APS turret. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that also in this group, in this most stacked group in my opinion, Vanguard, was it? Yeah, I think it was Vanguard. Executor from Vanguard also plays APS turret with his revolver, and they have some very interesting moves with this APS turret. Anyways, so where was I? Yeah, Group 1, arguably one of the more stacked groups. I think Pulsar is in the American region one of the dark horses. Could you say that? Yeah. You could count them into the top 4 maybe of the region, excluding Fire Strays, who would also be part of the top 4, top 5 discussion, but they have not qualified. So yeah, and 5Fears, they are unlikely in my opinion to go very far, but they could cause some upsets, as they have a Gu heavy player, and yeah, they might be able to win out in some of the cash outs, and make some of the better teams play each other in the elimination games. So the last group to talk about, I believe, is TSM, Gen.G, Space Station Gaming, and Ape Squad. I don't know much about TSM. I think they have not qualified for the Pro Hubs League. I heard a lot of good stuff from analysts and community people who say that they are very strong. I have to see it to believe it, because I couldn't. I was trying to find any VODs of them. I couldn't, and I tried. I looked into the qualifiers of PHL Season 2, but I think none of their games was streamed, so I have no clue how they're playing. Supposedly they're very good. I guess we'll have to find out. Gen G is, in my opinion, the least likely team to succeed here. I think I would put them overall as the lowest rated, and yeah, I don't see them having a huge chance of succeeding. I think one of these YouTubers made a video where he asked the players for their story, and Gen G has a kind of underdog story. I don't believe it. I'll believe it when I see it, that they can really make a difference. I saw a scrim with Miki, where Alliance was in that scrim, and also Gen G and some who else was it? Skyline, I think they have also not qualified, and Gen G didn't look good in that scrim at all, in my opinion. Anyways, Space Station Gaming is among the top teams of NA. I think they Nightmare and Envy, they constitute the top 3 teams. I think this is not very controversial thing to say, and I believe they should be the favorites in this group. Now that I'm thinking about it and looking at it, this seems to be the easiest group of all of them. Definitely not Group 2, because Ape Squad is also a team that I would not rate very highly. I would say they are better than Gen G, most likely. They had a very rough qualification, and they didn't actually qualify, as they lost against Emerald Grinders, who then afterwards became Emerald Apes. The only, as far as I know, only team coming from the CIS region, with Russian and Ukrainian players. And unfortunately, they could not attend the major because of visa issues. So Ape Squad, the former Books players, slotted in, as they had lost their last qualification game against Emerald Apes and or Emerald Grinders. And Emerald Grinders, it's really a shame that we don't have them as part of the major. Let me just yeah, okay. It's really a shame that we don't have them as part of the major, as they are a very exciting team to watch, in my opinion. Very clutch, and I would also put them into the top contenders from Europe. I think them, Alliance, Fnatic, and Team Secret are the top 4, in my opinion. I would even say Emerald Apes or Emerald Grinders. I would put them above Team Secret, as far as from what I've seen, from what the scrims say. It might be very different, but scrims are scrims, and live matches or tournament matches are tournament matches, and this is what counts. I have followed Counter-Strike also for quite a while, and as a German, I also followed the big team, and they always told that we don't know what's happening in our playoff games, in our tournaments. In the scrims, we always beat everybody. So yeah, in scrims you can play without fear, without any kind of pressure, and then you can also always play your A game. So yeah, it will be very exciting to see how teams perform now. A lot of these players, for them, it's their first LAN experience, or at least their first tournament setting. So yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to talk about. I think, yeah, I'm very sad that Emerald Apes are not there, and I'm also sad, as I have watched the Korean National League a lot, that their second-rated team, the Honey Badgers, I think they're called, that they cannot attend, because they play a very different style. They play, I think in a lot of games they play double heavy, medium. So I don't think we have a team. Maybe King Zero plays that, but I don't think so. I think they play double medium heavy, and having a double heavy medium team would have shaken it up a lot. And I think they also played double KS in one game and dominated with it. So very sad. And I hope that for the next major we can have more teams from other regions, also outside of Korea and China. It would really expand the play styles, I think, a lot. Also, South America, unfortunately, is not represented as they had no qualifier. And I want to say, just in general, that I believe that the finals can be a really, really good esports title. An esports title that is really different to what we have, and that has a lot of excitement in it. And I really hope that the finals gets the success that it definitely deserves. As a game to play, it's incredible, and as a game to watch, I think it's just so much fun. So also shout out to everybody who does work for the finals, like the esports, like the PHL stuff and so on. I love you guys, even if I criticize you. It's always meant to be a constructive criticism, and because I love this game, that's the reason. So yeah, some teams are not there. The teams that are there, they are incredible. Most of them. I'm really looking forward to see how they play. Also, the teams that I rated as underdogs, or as, in my opinion, from what I have seen, the teams that have no chance. I'm curious to see how they stack up, what they have, what tactics they have created, what their strategy is. And talking about Ape Squad and Gen G. Yeah, I think these are the only two teams which I really have a doubt about. There are some teams that I don't know much about. Five Years is also a team that I don't think I've seen much that excited me from. But other than that, it's gonna be exciting 2 days coming up. All right, I think that's it for this video. Maybe I'll make a video about meta and strategies and so on. Just my prediction, because I believe that this weekend will bring some meta changes. I think that some teams have had things in their backhand which have not been played out. Actually, let me just talk about it now. As one of the things I have already mentioned it before is that the revolver is, in my opinion, a very underrated weapon, and I'm curious as to why teams have not picked it up earlier. Actually, it's similar with the CB1 repeater, as that was not changed that much, and only when the pike was nerfed, CB1 repeater became meta. Yeah, so I think the revolver teams are picking it up now. The Koreans are basically almost every team in Korea plays revolver. And or CB1 repeater. And now I think who was it? I think Envy? One of the top American teams, I think it was Envy, picked up Revolver on the medium. And I have seen also an Alliance. That's it. What's his name again? I don't know. The medium of Alliance. I've seen them also play Revolver. So that is my prediction, that we will see more Revolver. And yeah, I believe we will see less heal beam also. Not so sure about it, but yeah. Actually, I will leave it at that, and maybe I'll make another video. This video is already going to be 20 minutes long, so that is enough time of me blabbering and you only seeing one stupid screen that doesn't change. We also have this nice screen here. This wiki, I can really recommend it. Liquipedia Alpha wiki of the finals. Lots of work has been put into it, and from here you can also find the Korean National League, and the links to their streams and so on. So check that out if you're interested, and let's get hyped for that wager.